See, I can do fancy stuff with this thing. It's pretty cool. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the end of the world live stream. No, wait, end of the year live stream. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, it's a pop up. I didn't know if I was going to do this today or not, but I decided to go ahead and do it. So let's talk about some good stuff and bad stuff that has happened this year. So movie wise, I haven't watched a lot of 2025 stuff, to be honest. I've been watching older stuff. Um, I have watched a few, um, and I gotta say, most of my favorite stuff from 2025 is actually documentaries. Yeah. Um, so I'll talk about that a little bit. Um, so I saw some really good ones this year. There's one called "The Road Home." It's about a flat, I think it's flat land bike, is what it's called, and it's a local guy to where I live. He lives in a place called Hammond, Louisiana, which is not too far from me. And so I went to the premiere back a couple months ago with my buddy Mike, and he and I went and we actually met the guy, and it was pretty cool. And it's a pretty cool little movie. It's a documentary about him, um, and it's a lot of it's filmed to all these places that I've been, so like it's pretty cool too. And so yeah, check that one out. It's called The Road Home. I don't know if it's been released. Released. I don't know. Like I said, I saw it at the premiere, so I don't know. Hey, what's up? Jeff is in the house. 101 Bronson. How's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, words and pictures. Hello, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Fantastic. Fantastic. So some other documentaries I really like this year. There's one called Nevermore: The Raven Effect. It's about the wrestler Raven. I actually have it. It's behind me somewhere. I don't know exactly. It's on the where is it? Yeah, it's down there somewhere. I do have it. Really cool movie about Raven. If you know Raven, he's started in ECW and then kind of morphed into WCW and WWE and all that stuff. And to me, he's the heart, kind of the heart and soul of ECW. So that was pretty cool. And I, I guess he's gonna be a nemesis again because it's the worst stream over. Yeah, I figured I would hop on before you, Gareth. So yeah, yeah. And of course, the other documentary I really enjoyed was Pee Wee as himself, about, of course, Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman. And those are actually probably the three of the best movies I've seen this year. Really good stuff. Um, and yeah, so I rate all those at like 9 out of 10. Like they're all really good. So check those out if you haven't seen them. And the only movie from 2025 that I saw that I would consider uh, a good movie, and I know this is probably going to be a little controversial, was Megan 2.0. I really like Megan 2.0. I know a lot of people didn't because it wasn't really a horror movie. It's more of a sci-fi movie. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. And I like that they went in a completely different direction. It was just wacky. All right, Jeff says, that's uncalled for. I am after all your most recurring guests. Yeah, Gareth, yeah, he's special. He's just a special guy. He just does what he wants. Anyway, some other movies. Like I said, let's go. Well, I'm not going to go too old first. We'll work our way backwards. Um, the other revelation for me this year was Rachel Sennett. She's an actress, if you don't know who she is, and I was able to watch, I think, 4 movies with her in it this year, and most of them are from 2023 and before. But anyway, some of the highlights are Bottoms, which I think, do I have? Yeah, I have it right here. Actually, I can do that. It's a movie called Bottoms with her in it. That's her right there in the green. This is a wacky comedy about these two high school girls who um, they they form this fight club in high school, basically to meet chicks. And it's a pretty funny movie. I do recommend it. It's pretty. It is very. What is it? It's not. What are they called now? Gen Z or whatever. I don't know what the hell they call. And it is very Gen Z, but it is pretty funny. One of the few I would recommend in that genre. And the other one with her that I really enjoyed is called "I Used to Be Funny," which I also have. It's behind me. It's hard for me to grab right now. That's why I'm not grabbing it. But anyway, she's this stand-up comedian who also like babysits, like like a nanny type of thing. And one of the girls she nannies um, disappears, so she's trying to figure out what's going on with that stuff. Really good little like a. I wouldn't necessarily call it a thriller, maybe a suspense movie. I don't know, but again, really good. Another Rachel Sennett. She's the comedian. And then the other two that I saw was Shiva Baby, which takes place at a Shiva, which is like a Jewish funeral party, after party type thing. Um, really interesting little movie there. And then the other one I saw was Tahara, which is her best friend falls in love with her, but she doesn't fall in love with her. Yeah, it's a whole mess. But anyway, she's fantastic in everything. In fact, I would probably rate her as like actor of the year for me. Um, so yeah, Rachel Sennett. Have y'all seen any Rachel Sennett stuff? Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, pretty good stuff. And they're just goofing in the comments, but that's okay. That's all right. Let's see some other comments, some other highlights. Let's see. I watched Noroi the Curse. I don't know if you've seen Noroi. It's this crazy J horror, like found footage, super creepy ghost thing, and it's freaky as all get out. I highly recommend it. It's really good. Um, I think it was streaming on Shutter for a while. I don't know if it still is, but if it is, go check that out. I don't have Shutter anymore. But anyway, check that out. It's really cool. Um, Another one more recent that I enjoyed was called Darius. I did a review of it a while back, so definitely go and check that review out, and then check out the movie. I think it's on. Bleh, sorry, can't talk. I think it's on Tubi. So check that out. It's called Darius with two S's. Kind of an artsy, um, psychological thriller horror craziness. That's what that is. Yeah, so check that out. And then the other one from this century, and one that really surprised me a lot was called Movies for the Midnight Hour. It is a compilation movie of a bunch of shorts. Notice I don't say anthology. It's not an anthology movie. It's more of a compilation. So it's like I want to say it was like 10 different stories. It's all by the same guy, and then each one has, of course, different actors and whatnot. Some of them are really, really interesting and really good, and some of them are kind of just weird and bizarre. But I really like that one a lot. It's long too. It's like 2.5 hours, but definitely worth it. And you can always stop it in the middle of this all the different stories and whatever. So yeah, so go ahead and check that out. Um, Other than that, I've been watching a lot of old stuff, including Possession from 1981. Finally saw that. Fantastic movie. Let's see. The Pied Piper from 1986 is this stop motion animation movie about the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Again, I did a review on that. So check that out. And let's see. And then we're gonna go back. We're gonna go even older now. 1956, The Sword and the Dragon. I really like that one. It's sort of a Russian like folktale thing, like fantasy. Think like Conan, but he looks more like Santa Claus. Let's see. Oh, we got some other folks here. Let's see. We got the cheetah in the house. What's going on, cheetah? How's it going? Michael Myers. Hello, Michael. Artsy Erg. No, Artsy's not always bad. It's not always bad. You might, it's not always bad. So check it out. Let's see. Cheetah says I need to watch Black Creek. I also need to watch Black Creek. I have not watched Black Creek yet. I know I'm a bad fan, I guess. Bad fan. Let's see. Apparently it is free on Prime right now. There you go. Just watched it a few hours ago. I know it's on Tubi. It's on Tubi in the States at least. Let's see. I think by artsy he means deeply psychologically disturbing. Yes, that is incredibly accurate for that movie. Incredibly accurate. Let's see. Turning Blue Iris. Hello, how are you? Good evening. Good evening, everyone. T Betty's in the house. Hello, T Betty. How's it going, y'all? Good to see y'all. All right, so let's see. What else do I have written down? All right, so previous to that, I also watched the 1940 Rebecca. Finally got to see that. That one's really top notch as well. Alfred Hitchcock. The only movie I believe he won. I know the movie won an Oscar. He didn't win an Oscar, but the movie won an Oscar for Best Picture, I think, and well deserved. Really crazy psychological. Yeah, just crazy. And then two silents that I watched this year for the first time and I really enjoyed. One's called Destiny by Fritz Lang, and the other is Safety Last with Harold Lloyd. Two completely different movies, by the way. Safety Last is a slapstick comedy, really funny. If you like Charlie Chaplin or Buster Keaton, you'll probably like Harold Lloyd. And that's the one where he's hanging off the clock. I know you've seen that picture. I know you've seen it. It's just, so those are like my top movies of 2025. And so I have 4 of them from actual the year, and 3 of them are documentaries. So there you go. So I guess I would say Megan 2.0 is my favorite of 2025. Because I have only watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only watched 6 movies that were released in 2025 that aren't documentaries. I watched Sinners, which, to me, Sinners was a pale imitation of From Dusk Till Dawn. I watched The Shrouds, which is a David Cronenberg movie. Very weird. I didn't like that it just stopped. It didn't have an ending. Like the movie just stopped in the middle of the story. That really ticked me off. And then the 3 sort of more indie movies that I watched was Jacker 3, which I did a review of. I did enjoy that one. It was fun. I watched The Benefactress from the same guy that did Darius. This one's a little more hardcore, I guess you could say. And it's very sexually explicit and whatnot. I think it's on Tubi. It was on Tubi. I don't know if it still is. So if you want to watch that, feel free. Just be warned that it's some heavy stuff. And then the other one I watched was Dark Match, which is the movie with Chris Jericho on Shudder. Back when I still had Shudder, back in like January of last year, or I guess January of this year, which was a fun little like wrestling horror hybrid. In fact, Gareth, we need to watch Dark Match for a watch party. I'm just saying. Yeah. So like I said, my actor of the year is probably Rachel Sennett. My label of the year, the boutique label, I guess you could say, Deaf Crocodile. They released some awesome stuff this year, including some silent movies. They're always releasing like Russian animation movies and all this like weird, crazy stuff that I love watching. Like The Devil's Bride was another one. Feliday, which is this German animated cat movie, and it's like a murder mystery thing with cats. That's on Tubi too. Feliday, go check that out. Felidae, It's incredible movie. 10 out of 10. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's see what we got. We got Michael Myers saying Argento is as artsy as I get. That's fair. That's fair. I do love me some Argento. I have a whole collection. In fact, I'm probably going to make uh, a Giallo collection video. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. I do have a bunch of Giallo movies, so I'm looking forward to diving more into a few of those because there's a few of them I haven't watched yet. Let's see. Jeff says that's a Hitchcock one I haven't seen yet. Oh, Rebecca. Oh man, yeah. Go back and watch Rebecca. It is it's a doozy and very awesome. And apparently, I am Video Tasty's density. So that is yeah. There you go. There you go. You can't say that. All right. Hooray for Harold Lloyd. We used to have half an hour showings in the UK back in the. Oh, nice. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, Harold Lloyd's amazing. He's I think Buster's probably still my favorite, but Harold's right up there. He's very close. I definitely like him better than Chaplin personally. Not I don't dislike Chaplin, but like I think he's a little over well, not overrated, but I don't know, just kind of over exemplified. I don't know. Wrestling. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Since I mentioned wrestling, Gareth has been quiet. And I don't know why. So yes, you should. We all know Gareth really. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Let's see. Mud wrestling. There you go. That's you know what? I bet Gareth would definitely be into mud wrestling. I bet he like that. I bet he would. Let's see. Definitely interested in seeing that. Love Giallo films. Should do my own collection videos. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Anything Argento or Fulci related, I'm in. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. I've I don't know who I like better because they're very different. They're similar yet very different. They like Argento's more. I don't know. I wouldn't say subdued, but he's more. Uh, uh, I don't know. He's more into the cinematography and the look and feel of what's going on, while Fulci is more um, in your face and and just be like, oh, he's like, oh yeah, here's an eyeball protruding at your face. Like that's 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 Fulci. See, I see, might have already done one, but I can't remember right now. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. I don't know. People don't tend to watch those that much. I find, but it's fun to do. It's fun to do. Let's see. Same for another flavor with Ed Franco and Roland. Yeah, I really do like Jean Roland as well. Um, his movies are just weird, and yeah, they're weird and uh, like sexy and like just like his whole thing is the vibe and like he like yeah, if you want atmosphere and vibe, Jean Roland is your man. I did a Titans of Terror on Jean Roland, so go check that out if you haven't. Really interesting guy, really interesting movies. I have a bunch of his movies too. I need to get more. I want his whole. Um, let me rephrase this. I want his whole mainstream collection because he did a few others that aren't quite so mainstream. Let's see. Harold is my second favorite. Mary Pickford is my favorite. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mary Pickford's great too. But I mean, I just meant like as for the like slapstick comedians, um, that Buster's probably my favorite. Now if you want to go just silent, um, my favorite is Lon Chaney, like the original Lon Chaney. Like you can't be Lon Chaney. You see, yeah, Franco Orlando and Deodato, anything Italian and gory, basically. Yeah, Deodato has some pretty interesting ones too, despite his cannibalness. Um, the what's that one he did? Did he do "Don't Go in the Park"? Or "Don't Go Near the Park"? Yeah, I think did he do that one or somebody else do that one? I don't remember. Anyway, that "Don't Go Near the Park" is actually, this is a good segue. Is actually part of my worst movies of 2025. All of them are older movies, nothing from this year. Like I said, I've only watched like 6 of them, and I talked about all of them already. So my worst movies that I watched this year: "Don't Go Near the Park," which I can't remember if that's Deodato or somebody else. Because no, I think he did the edge. Don't do the edge of the park. I think he did a different one. I don't think that's Deodato. But "Don't Go Near the Park." It's about this like town that uh, they're infested with these pseudo vampire things, and it's so incredibly boring. Like, like I could, like it's insane how boring the movie is. Like, just don't watch it. It's terrible. The next worst movie I saw was called Red Scream Nosferatu. It is a version of Nosferatu, but done more gruesome, quote unquote. This is from 2009, by the way. Um, and it's um, yeah, no, it did not work. It did not work at all. Like, the acting's terrible. The the effects are abysmal, and just no, just no. All right, and then the worst two that I saw this year. First one is The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave. Again, there was so much going on that you just didn't know what the hell was happening. And it was very confusing. Nothing made sense. And it was just very bleh. So that's why that is my second to least favorite. Now, my least favorite movie that I watched this year was from 1968. And it's called Ghost of Hanley House. You guys ever heard of The Ghost of Hanley House? That movie is possibly one of the worst things I've ever seen. It is so incredibly dull. Like, this stream, and I know nothing's happening, right? It's just me moving around. Is way more exciting than this movie. Like, it is just the biggest turd I think I've ever seen. It is god awful, and we should probably make Gareth watch it. But all right. Let's see. Let me go back here. Nope, did that one already. Yeah, this is where I think we are. Can't go wrong with either Fulci or Argento. Insanely true. And then also love Sergio Martino's Giallos. Yes, he is, to me, like, you know how most things have the big four, like the big four of metals: Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. To me, the big four of Giallo are Argento, Fulci, Bava, and Martino. Um, Martino's stuff is very, very good, and he, I believe, let me double check. I think he did this one, and if I am correct, it is actually one of my favorite Giallos. But let me double check. I always get it wrong sometimes. Yeah, he did. Okay, I thought so. So he did one called Torso from 1973, and that is like primo Giallo. Excellent movie. I need to upgrade it. I have the old like DVD. I need to upgrade it, but it's every time I look, it seems like the price goes up on the Blu-ray. So, or the Blu-ray or 4K, either one. Like, they both just keep going up. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. That's it. House on the Edge of the Park. That's the one that Deodato did. That one's okay from what I remember. It's been a while, but yeah, Don't Go Near the Park is the one to avoid, which is not Deodato. All right, let's see. Michael says they were planning a sequel. Then Hess died. Oh yeah. David Hess. So the sequel must have been quite a few years later, because didn't he die like way down the road? Like, didn't he die like a few years ago? I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Let's see. Don't go near the park. It's a weird ramp. Yes, right, exactly. Caves in and it's done. Yep, absolutely. So Michael Myers knows my pain. Watching that awful movie. See, House on the Edge of the Park, a disco stew nasty, and I love it. There you go. All right, I picked up The Birds this week. Oh, the Hitchcock one? Yeah, that's a great one. I know some people like the second one. I've never watched it. I've never watched The Birds 2, which is not Hitchcock. It's like made in like the 93, 94 or something like that. Bloody Moon is disco-tastic. I think do I have that one? I think I have that one. Do I have that one? I might not have that one. It's on Tubi though. I know I've watched it. So let's see. The Night Evelyn artwork is crazy. Yes, the artwork is easily the best part of that movie. Anything else is not so great. Let's see. See, busy looking for No Holds Barred and Back in Action. Oh, is that what you're watching later, Gareth? Is that what's, because that's what you should be watching, my friend. Gareth is a glutton for punishment. He is. The No Holds Barred needs to happen. By the way, that's gonna happen. I promise that's gonna happen soon. Let's see. Love Bloody Moon. Yeah, that's a good one from what I remember. See, Gareth is always up for watching some shite. Trying to get him to watch Dirty Weekend. I know. What's that other one? I know Savage Weekend. I know that one. Let's see. Does the Night Evelyn cover have someone holding a head? Possibly. Strange Vice of Miss Ward is my favorite, but I love Torso. Yeah. Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward is good as well. That's with the lovely Edwidge Fennick, who also did a Titans of Terror on. So check that out. And Titans of Terror will be returning next year. I already have a couple people lined up to cover. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to doing those. Those take a while to do, so probably won't be a regular thing, but maybe once a month or so is my goal. And so we'll see what happens there. And then apparently Tasty's watched Dirty Weekend today. There you go. Some more love for Torso. There we go. Always a good time. Need to watch the DVD of Back in Action UK. VHS is missing half the film. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, let's see. Good Myers, less wrestling. Less wrestling? Gareth, what are you talking about? You know that wrestling is your favorite thing on the planet. Don't be lying. Don't be lying to people, bro. Don't be lying. There is a limited 3 LP soundtrack for Bloody Moon. Hey, DJ Mr. Joel. How's it going, my friend? Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. Let's see. Rowdy got the moves, though. They sure does. Let's see. Don't Go Near the Park has an early role for Linnea Quigley. Yeah, she's in it for about a minute, I think. It's and you barely recognize her because she's so young. Yeah, it doesn't even like look like her because you're like, wait, that's her. Kind of like that. Was it Psycho from Texas or whatever that she was in? Like you blink and you miss her. Yeah, Quigley isn't Don't Go Near the Park. The U.S. version misses out her nude shot. Yeah, well, why? I'm not surprised. Let's see. Meanwhile, the UK Anchor Bay box of the band version has her full scene as an extra. That's that's so weird how they like edit stuff out like that and then put it on as an extra. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like against at least the footage is out there, but like can you just put it back in the damn movie? Like, just put it back in the movie, man. Let's see. The only thing I know about Mrs. Ward is that they apparently added the letter H because someone called Mrs. Yes, that is true. The Miss, whoever the Miss Ward was, I think threatened to sue the production or something, and that's why the H is there. Yeah. So when you see it, you're like, what is this weird name? And it's Ward. Just they had to add it to for copyright. Yeah, it's a shame they never spliced it in. There's more gore too. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. Well, Pugwall and I, of course, have covered a lot of the video nasty stuff. I think we're gonna do another stream of it as well, and to talk about some of the other because we talked about half of them, I think, on the last stream. So we're gonna try to kind of cover the other half on the next stream. But yeah, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to cover before we go. Oh yeah, so 2025, there's been a lot of good and a lot of bad, and we lost a lot of really good people this year in the entertainment world, and personally, I lost a few people as well. But people like David Lynch, Shelley Duvall, Peter Jason, who that one kind of went on under the radar, but Peter Jason was in like all these John Carpenter movies, and he was awesome. We'll miss that guy. Bruce Glover, Crispin's daddy, who's just as wonderful as he is. Richard Norton, of course, Richard Norton. Lar Park Lincoln from Friday the 13th. Joe Don Baker. Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell. Michael Madsen is another one. Graham Greene is another one that as soon as you see his face, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that guy. He was in everything, man. Great guy. Sally Kirkland. Udo Kier. Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, another just fabulous performer. Always just on top of everything. I remember him. The image of Kari Tagawa that I will always remember is it's a movie with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. I think it's Red Sun Rising, something like that. From like early 90s, 92, 93, something like that. And he's the bad guy. And I remember there's a scene where he's sitting there, he's all tattooed up, right? And he's all badass looking. And he's like, I think he has a piece of ice or something. And he has like these these naked ladies around him. And he does the ice, and he's like, ha, and he starts like licking, and like it's creepy. It's creepy as hell. It's creepy as hell, and it's yeah. I'll never. That's the image that I have of him, just being like this weird, creepy bad guy. That's it. Rising Sun. That's it. Rising Sun. Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. That's a crazy movie. Let's see. Bruce looks so much like Crispin. Man, he really does. He really does. Let's see, Sergio Martino directed Your Vice is a Locked Door and Only I Have the Key, which might have inspired the all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy typed over and over again scene. That is true. It's been a while since I've watched that one too. I think Edridge might be in that one too. If I could be wrong. MST3K Mitchell did a couple days ago. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. It's streaming all the time by me. We have an MST like channel that plays it 24/7, and Mitchell's on all the time. Yeah, too many greats lost this, absolutely. And then a couple of other ones that aren't like actors that I grew up with and whatever. People like Brian Wilson, from the Beach Boys, Ozzy, of course, Ace Frehley from Kiss, Lalo Schifrin, the film composer. He died this year. David Johansen from the New York Dolls. Chuck Mangione from King of the Hill. No, I always got to kick a Chuck Mangione. Some pretty fun stuff. Steve Cropper from the Blues Brothers Band and Booker T and the MGs. Jimmy Cliff, reggae icon. D'Angelo, R&B like superstar. My great uncle was a big fan of D'Angelo. He was like he was like in his 80s, like my great uncle, like my grandpa's brother. He was a big fan of D'Angelo. I always got a kick out of that because you wouldn't expect that from him. Yeah, Jane Goodall, Hulk Hogan, of course, and then the one we just lost most recently, Adam the Woo. I know some of you guys probably don't know who Adam the Woo is, but he's an early YouTuber, and my wife and I watched his videos every day. He did daily vlogs, and we watched him every day for about 5 or 6 years, and yeah, so like you really felt like you got to know the guy, and it. Yeah, so big loss there. I'm gonna miss Adam quite a bit. Let's see. Red Sun Rising is a film with Don the Dragon Will. Yes, it is. I have that too. I have that Vinegar Syndrome released copy of that. Oh yeah, I know the bit. I think he's eating sushi. It may be sushi, but I don't know. I always think it's ice for some reason. Of course, Gene Hackman. Yeah. I was just kind of saying people that are like in my realm, I guess. I mean, not that Gene Hackman isn't. It's just that a lot of people that watch. Yeah, Gene Hackman, Donald Sutherland, Nikki Cat, Ruth Buzzy, Terrence Stamp, Patricia Rutledge, Diane Keaton, Samantha Eggar, Diane Ladd, Rob Reiner, and James Ransom. So, yeah, a bunch of people this year, unfortunately, have passed away. Let's see. Yeah, Peter Green as well from Pulp Fiction and a few other movies. Oh yeah, Who Cared for the Gimp? That's right. I think Wings was last year. I want to say Wings was last year. Yeah, Zed's dead, baby. That's right. See, my first thriller was The Conversation with Gene Hackman. I was maybe 4 years old, so you can imagine how freaked out I was. Indeed. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, Robert Redford, Val Kilmer. But I was not the biggest Val Kilmer fan. Robert Redford was all right, but yeah. Yeah, Edgar and the Brood. Yeah, she was fantastic in that movie. Absolutely fantastic. Hey, Anthony's in the house. How you going, my friend? Yes, indeed. So that's kind of my wrap up of 2025. I'll be back with more stuff. Don't worry. I have some big plans for next year. So hopefully we will get all that going. There's going to be some more Titans of Terror. Tubi Terrors is going to come back. I might do an offshoot as well of Tubi Terrors to expand to not just Tubi, but to other streaming platforms. I'm thinking of calling it Scream and Stream, but we'll see. I also have some plans for some watch parties. I'm hoping to get some film people involved, kind of like Patrick from Have Cheetah Review does, kind of get the filmmakers in and kind of either watch one of their movies or one of the movies that inspired them or something like that. So hopefully that will come to fruition. I have a couple of people that are interested, so I'm just trying to work it all out. And then I have some ideas for a couple of new shows too. So hopefully I will get moving on that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's about it for me for right now. Let's see. To be or not to be? That is the question, which is what what's his name? Tommy Wiseau says in his Street Fashions commercial. You haven't watched that? Go check that out. That's pretty funny too. Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau is just incredibly amazing and awful and all that. So yeah, that is the VPN question. Yeah, it's a shame that we get that the US seems to get the better Tubi stuff. That's for sure. Um, yeah, it seems like I don't know. Yeah, more Al. Yeah. I'm trying to be more consistent next year. I know this year I was um, very inconsistent in uploads and whatnot, but I'm gonna try to be better this year coming up, and we'll see. I'm sure I will be on screen with this gentleman right here a few more times, unless he just completely boycotts me, because that's what he does. Yeah. So if anybody else is interested in doing a watch party or a live stream or whatever, yeah, give me a holler. I'm down. I'm down to talk about whatever, man. Uh, so yeah, and that's all I have for now. So I will leave you with Calvin Tran. And if you don't know who Calvin Tran is, I'm not surprised. Um, he's a fashion designer, but he's a very funny fashion designer. And if you've watched The Soup with Joe McHale, you definitely know who Calvin Tran is. And so this right here is Calvin Tran.
Oh, here go hell come.
And that is going to be the way that I go out today. Oh, here go hell come. All right. So, yes, Video Tasties only gets the dregs. That is correct. That is correct. So anyway, yeah, I'm enjoying using this restream too. It's pretty all right. All right, so cheers everyone. Cheers, Jeff. Have a good one, sir. You as well, and all you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me, and thank you all for watching videos and being goofy and living it up with all of us crazy YouTubers. All right, so on that note, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, and until next time. Adios, Bella Lugosi.